Well, hello. Welcome back to Dirt Road Diaries with me, Lisa. I know it's been a while since I put out a video. I've had a lot going on. I actually have a new tent that I'm excited. I can't wait to do the tent swap and get this one up. This one's going to be the difference between a 30-minute setup and a 3-minute setup. I cannot wait. With that being said, I haven't really done much other than this is my time of the year that I do, I guess you could say, my prep work. We're coming into summer. We're already hitting 90-degree weather during the days. This is my hibernation weather. The older I get, the less tolerant I'm getting of the heat. And that's not to say that I can't and won't get out there and do stuff, but yeah, it's not something I get all excited about. Come wintertime, and winter, as I would define it, is 75 and below during the day, and anything overnight, I'm golden. So this time of year, in the interim, as I would call it, is when I'm doing a lot of my prep and planning and getting things together. With that in mind, I figured I'd do a quick video. I say quick, we'll see, if we can do this in 30 minutes or less. But, I've been watching a lot of these overlanding expo videos, and they're really awesome because, if I can't make it, which I live in the southeast, and most of these expos are in the northwest. I think we have one or two that do come to the east coast, and I think there's one that actually goes South Florida. And I will try to get to that one next year. But the cool thing is I get to watch these videos. I see the new gadgets and creature comforts and everything in between that comes out. But more than that, I watch them to get ideas, whether it's setups or gear. And in watching all these videos, granted, it's, a lot of these expos, just like any other expo you go to, it's redundancy, it's repetition of the same vendors and same products, and you'll get speckled with some new products, and that's all well and good. What I have noticed is that even on a lot of these content creators that I follow, I don't see a lot of, like, the little things. The things that you don't think about until you either don't have them or you do have them and you're like, wow, this little thing really makes a big difference. So that's what today's video is going to be about, the little things. So I got 10 different items here, I think, that I was wanting to go over with y'all and show you these are just things that make my life easier. And maybe they'll help you make your life easier. So with that, I figured I'd go ahead and start with something that, again, is pretty basic. Gloves. Now, these gloves right here, these are called Illuminators. Yes, these are well worn. I buy these by the 12-pack, believe it or not. I use these for work. You can see they get nasty. They're very light, flexible, they're comfortable. And, even as nasty as they are, I can touch my phone or anything touchscreen and it's responsive. They're high visibility, reflective, but I think the thing that impresses me the most, I've been using these gloves for about 3 years now. I actually go to the distributor here locally and I buy them again, like I said, in a 12-pack. These things are durable. Now, I drive an 18-wheeler, so as you can see, the dirt, the grease, dealing with landing gear and pulling fifth wheels and fueling and things like that. They get nasty, but they're just really durable. I mean, you can see they're a little nicked up, but I don't think I've ever had a pair that have worn through yet. Now, again, I wouldn't suggest this for heavy-duty work or, construction work. I don't know, you might could pull this off for construction, but just gloves, absolutely. I love, like I said, I keep them on a little clip that I have hanging off my belt, so they're right here at my side when I go to work. But I do keep a set of these in my truck. It's actually in the same box as my recovery gear. Look, you're going to get dirty, you're going to get muddy, but it does help if your hands can be a little cleaner. And look, I'm looking at my hands now. I will say that the one thing I don't like about them is they do bleed through, so even though this is really black here, it's definitely a smut gray in there, but hand protection. So yeah, these are Illuminators. I love them. Lightweight, comfortable, high visibility, reflective, and I'll show you real quick just how reflective. I don't know if you can see. I just really lighten it up at this point, but love these work gloves. And the other thing I wanted to point out is I don't get hand fatigue with them. They have the gusseted thumb right there. And I don't know, I also ride a motorcycle, and I don't wear these riding, but a lot of gloves that I have, I've gone through many pairs of gloves. They give my hands hand fatigue, you know, from the clutch and the brake, you know, especially right in here. These, I can't say, like I said, I haven't used them on the motorcycle, but for everything else, they're great. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is this. This here is called the Perfect Bungee. Now, I happened to pick this up off of Amazon. I thought, well, that's pretty nifty. What I like about it is you've got all these holes to which you can hook to, and this looks like a molded rubber over the hard plastic hook. And I think this is about every 5 inches, 4.5 inches. You know, like I said, you can just hook to it, and it just really gives you more flexibility with a bungee cord as far as your usage. And, you know, it's always, I've got bags of bungee cord in my utility trailer here with different sizes. And I think this, you know, helps eliminate having to have so many different sizes because, again, you know, small little bungee right there. And then you can double back on it, and, you know, I mean, they seem pretty durable. I haven't had a whole lot of use for them yet, but I do have a pair of these. And I just think as a little tool or accessory or gear, as you would say, I think these will earn their weight for various applications. And the other thing is, they do have, I think, 2 times the stretch. Now, I don't think I can get the stretch out of them, but they're definitely strong. I will say that. All right, moving on. So this was something that, again, I was scrolling through Amazon, and I was looking for straps. Now, we all know we use straps for everything. The cam straps, ratchet straps, you know, S-hook straps. Look, different straps have different applications, I'll give you that. But one thing I found universally, and I use them on, again, my utility trailer and truck, and just in life in general, ratchet straps are heavy, clunky, bulky, and then again, you know, when you're ratcheting, you know, that ratchet is sitting against, on my utility trailer here, I have where you can see on the wood where I secure my lawnmower, where the ratchet strap is sitting against the wood, it's marking the wood, it's scuffing the wood. So of course that makes you less likely or wanting to strap anything to, you know, your vehicle or anything that you don't want scratched. So with that, again, I've tried bungees, I've tried ratchets, I've tried cams, I've tried just all your different variations. And then I came across this. And I'm sure by now you've seen them. If you haven't, I'm here to tell you something. Definitely worth their weight in gold. These are called Rollercams. And they come in different lengths here. I haven't opened them up yet. Actually keep this little bundle right here. I think I might have one open, maybe. And they mark on them like this is a 9-foot. So what makes these so awesome and unique is there is a roller, ball bearing roller in there. So when you are, I do not have one open. And I don't have scissors right here. Should have did this beforehand. When you feed that strap through, you've got these teeth right here. And these are pretty formidable little chompers, if you will. And you pull the strap, you got the roller there. So you're getting rid of that friction point. If you notice on regular cam straps, you can only get it so tight and there's always some slack because they're getting caught on that friction. And so the more you're pulling, you're just pulling against your own body weight. You're not actually pulling the slack out. These roller cams are awesome. Definitely a must-have. As a matter of fact, I got a whole nother set, so I've got all different sizes. If you go to rollercam.com, they offer different bundles. They have the overlanding bundle, which is what this is. And I think there's something like 20 straps in there. Like I said, from 12 foot to 9 foot. I guess you got to pay attention to how it's, yeah, 9 foot, 12 foot. So I got the bigger straps in here, but I also have, they have other box bundles, or you can buy them individually. So one of the things I did buy individually were these S-hook straps, and they got that locking clip right there. They have them with the loop at the end. Again, I've went to cam straps. I have a whole bag of various cams, tie-down straps, ratchet straps, you name it. I got a whole bag of different varieties. I literally dumped the bag. Don't need it. These roller cams do everything I need them to do. And, you know, right now, they're, like I said, they're still rolled up. I haven't broken that little zip tie yet. But again, look how compact. And this is them rolled. Most of mine that I do have, I've put them like this. But they have from, I think this is a 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch strap. They have them for the molly panels, which I have some of those. So just all around great strap, you know, very versatile, many different applications. So again, Rollercam. And just for the record, there's no paid promotions here. These are just tools and gear that I have found are, you know, very functional for me, and, you know, different applications that I may have. So, all right, let's get that out of the way. I did stick them in this little aftermarket bag that I had, which makes it real handy to grab them. I keep them in my rooftop box. All right, so we talked about the Rollercam. Now they also have come out with this really cool product, and another product that I'm just loving. And this is called the Roperoller. So I put this little strap on here to keep it together, but this little thing right here is pretty dadgum nifty. So it's got this little locking lever here again with those little sharp little chompers right there, and they'll lock that rope in there. I mean, that rope isn't going nowhere. It's got this roller ball, or I should say ball bearing roller wheel right here, so that, you know, it just rolls up on it. You can tighten it down. These for, well, all kind of things. Anything I need tied down, my awning, or anything that really I need tied down. I also found another cool use. I have an outdoor projector that I use, so I use the projector screen, and these right here are great to tie it down and hold it really tight. I mean, that there, you could put so much force on that, and it's not letting go. And then all you gotta do is just thumb press, and it just slides right through. So this Roperoller, I've got a whole nother set coming. This was, I had 2 of them with the set, the overlanding Rollercam set that I bought. But I love these things so much, I bought a whole nother 6-pack. Let's be honest, gotta have a 6-pack, no matter what it is. So this Roperoller, definitely one of those little must-have things. All right, so the next one I'm going to talk about is this magnetic cargo retriever tool. This thing right here, again, it's off of Amazon. It's aluminum, metal, I think, but it's got these little magnets on them, and that's a pretty tough magnet. It's got a rubber handle. It's like a little triangular body, and then it goes from 2.5 feet, which is what it is now, and it extends, I think, yep, we got another one right here, all the way out to 6.3 feet. Now, when you're short like me, 5'1", you're too short to reach everything. So I promise you, and whenever I load that truck, things are in the back, I cannot reach them. But this right here is handy. So it's got this rubberized hook right here, but it also has a metal hook, rounded hook that you can use. I did try to use them, you know, conjunctively, you know, keeping the hook here and then this one here, but it actually got a little difficult to use. But this thing is great. I have the little magnetic bar attached to the bottom of my deck system, and this thing just right there, right where I need it when I need it. So this thing is great. It's like $40-something on Amazon. But again, what I like about it is this is the only one that has this magnetic, or at least it was when I was looking. It's the only one that's got these little magnetic little things right here that just, I don't think this is magnetic, this is aluminum. But it just stays right where you need it. And I do, I keep it right there at the bottom of my deck system. Actually, it blends right in. And it's always there when I need it. And I'm sure it's got a million other uses. As a matter of fact, one of the things I've used it for, I have a ruck rack system on, a cargo system on the back of my truck. And when you swing it out, because there's so much weight hanging off the back of the truck, it tends to want to lean down a little bit. I've actually used this, you know, pulled it out, locked it up, and used this as a means to prop up that table extension that comes out. So this is Loveeta, Loveeta. And again, I'm very impressed with this. It's one of those little things that just, as a matter of fact, before I was using this, I was using a tool I've had for years driving a truck, a kingpin puller. Again, it's a metal bar with a handle here and a hook, but it was limited. I couldn't extend it, and yeah, it wasn't as effective. It did the job. Those little grabber tools, they're good, but they don't grab as well as most of us would like, especially if it's heavy or if it's at an awkward, you know, position or just an awkward grabbing surface. Those things don't work all that good. But I found this does. You can hook and pull. You can grab under and pull. Yeah, this is one of those handy little tools that if you're short or, you know, just can't reach it, getting old, it happens to all of us. This right here is a great little tool to have. All right, so now we're going to talk about these other little things, and some may or may not apply. So this right here, again, I saw this on, you know, we all know Facebook listens to us, and I think sometimes it even reads our minds, but the old, you know, does a bear do it in the woods? Well, sometimes you're out in the woods and you got to be like the bear. So this right here is called PACT, P-A-C-T. And I saw this, I think I saw it on Facebook. It came up in one of those little ads, and I thought it was interesting. So I went and I did some research, went to the website, and let me tell you, this thing is pretty nifty. So it's an all-in-one, you know, poop in the woods tool. So what this is right here is a mycelium tablet, and these help the decomposition of your waste. It's completely natural. It breaks down the waste, and it also breaks down. So they add these little, if I can get one out of here, these are little wipes. Believe it or not, that little tablet right there, just put a little bit of water on it, and it just expands out. I think it's like, you know, twice the size of a baby wipe. Completely biodegradable. The mycelium tablets not only degrade your waste, but they also will degrade this. This is all natural material. So you have that, and I think that's it. There's nothing in there. Yeah. So this right here is your little shovel. You got a little 6-inch mark, because again, proper disposal, dig a 6-inch hole. Anything less than that, yeah, it's going to be disturbing to nature and other people. So it's got this little shovel tool, a little serrated edge right there. Dig your little hole, do your business. Drop a mycelium tablet in there. Have your little bottle of water handy. Wet your towelette. Take care of yourself. Throw this all in the hole, and then you take your little shovel and you cover it back up. So I think these are great. As a matter of fact, I have one in my GHB, which is a get home bag, and I have one also in my BOB, my bug out bag. And I keep one on the truck as well. And again, this is great. It's small, it's compact. You can stick it in your glove box. You know, if you carry a bag, backpack, or you know, whatever. This little thing right here is, again, one of those things that's worth its weight in gold. Now, if I can remember how to put it back together, I think this goes in here. I do this every time, trying to remember how it goes in here. Goes like that. Yep, try not to lose the tablets. And then this goes, yep, over just like that. And then you got this little strap. Comes around. Again. And there it is. Your all-in-one emergency bathroom tool. But yeah, head over to PACT.com, I believe is where you can get it. And these are just great little glove box tools. All right, the next thing, this applies to us women. You men, you got this part figured out. But as a woman, peeing in the woods. I'm a truck driver, so I've actually known about these for a very long time. The brand that I knew was called a Shiwi. This is a EllePee, and I actually haven't even taken it out of the bag yet. But if you're a woman who is out in the field, I ride, you know, like I said, I ride a motorcycle, I drive a truck. This right here is the perfect little Shiwi tool. No real need to demonstrate this, you know, you hold it and it really does help. You don't have to pull your pants all the way down. You don't have to squat, exposing yourself to Mother Nature, because, you know, let's be honest, if we're in the woods, there's always that thought in the back of your mind, is there a snake that's going to bite my butt? So you don't have to worry about that. But this, again, makes it a lot easier for us women to take care of business on the go. And this particular one comes with this little bag. Again, I have used these in the past as a truck driver. You know, you can't just whip a truck into just anywhere, so sometimes you just got to go where you can and do your business. So again, I always call these a Shiwi, but this one particularly is a EllePee. And again, I have one in my BOB, my GHB, my truck. This is one of those I wouldn't leave home without it tools. Or I don't even call it a tool, but gear, accessory. So again, this one kind of is geared more towards women, of course. All right, so that leads me up to this next one. So again, a lot of what I'm showing you as the little things are things that I use every day. This is a headlamp. Again, Amazon special. I use one of these every single day at work. And forgive me, my hair's already a mess because of the humidity, but these things are bright and they have different settings on them. And then they have this right here where I can wave it on, wave it off, wave it on, wave it off. That can be a pain in the butt, but if you need your hands free. I hope I didn't blind you with that, but I love this thing. It's flexible, and it's lightweight, it's adjustable. And I'll tell you, this band right here does put off a lot of light, a lot of clean light. So again, I use this every single day. I've probably got about 10 of these. You know where I keep them, GHB, BOB, in the truck, in the house. I'm constantly, and even when I'm not at work, you know, I'll be at home and I'll be doing something and it's dark, I'll instinctively reach up to try to push that button. Love this. There's different manufacturers and some of them actually come with a little case. I do have the case. I think it's over there somewhere. Great little handy tool. Gives your hands free. I know everybody, you know, has their own preference. I don't particularly like the Cyclops headlamps. They do get heavy and, you know, you got to kind of focus their attention, their light, I should say, to where your attention is. But this right here, it's on your, you know, it's on your forehead, and it's a wide enough beam that wherever you're looking, it's lighting it up. And again, you have that spot beam, different levels on your headlamp, wide beam here. I think it's just a great, handy little tool. I tell you what, before I found this, it was a pain in the butt. You know, you got the little mini mag light or mini flashlight, and you're holding it in your mouth, drooling all over it, trying to hold it, you know, like this. This right here takes the cake. I mean, I fit it over my visor. I wear a visor or hat. I don't really wear hats too much anymore, but over my visor. And it's right there. And it's never in my way, and I wear it all night at work. So, great little tool. So, with that being said, this here is probably got to be my most favorite little thing. I came across these on Amazon, and I'm going to tell you something. Game changer, I've changed out all of my charging cords. So, let me show you first this little piece right here. You see this little cluster? These are magnetic chargers. So this is the USB-C, or I think it's USB-C. And they're magnetic. So you don't have to worry about wearing out your chargers on your devices. I have one of these. I buy these things. I think you can get like 10 of them. And they usually come with your iPhone Lightning charger, your USB-C, and your USB, whatever that other one is, the small one. So it comes with a variety of them. I don't use the other ones, so I buy a ton of these little things. And a lot of times, so you can buy them separate. This cord right here, and I wish I'd have brought something to show you. But this cord right here, this is the braided cable, nylon. What I like about this has got a swivel head. So, you know, you take it, and I'll show you. So I use it on, this is my headlamp for work. It magnetizes, and it flexes 180 degrees, and it stays. Look at that. That is a strong magnet. That's about what it took to shake that off. I love them. They don't wear out the charger. And I'll tell you something else. I vape, trying to quit smoking. And I had a small little pocket vape that I used to always keep in my pocket. And it had one of these little chargers in it. I forgot it was in my pocket. I did laundry. I was like, my favorite little pocket vape. Lo and behold, it came out of the washer and dryer. Plugged right in, charged up, and my vape was just fine. Because by having this in the charging port, it protected the charging port. Because there is also a little rubber grommet right here at the base of it. And, I mean, it literally protected my vape from just being destroyed in the washer and dryer. So these little magnetic chargers, you can find them. There's all different variations. These ones are my favorite. Look at just grabbed all those. These ones are my favorite because it does have that swivel, but also it's not hooked to anything right now, but it also lights up blue. So, you know, you got your good connection, and I love them. You know, you just, I'll go to work, I just grab it right off. I don't have to worry about it. And one-handed, you just, you know, this one's got the little rubber piece on it still, but I mean, just walk right up. A lot of times, you know, whether it's my vape, I don't necessarily use it on my phone, only because I use my phone in the truck, you know, for my music and stuff. So I'd have to pull the little charger out. But everything else, anything that has this USB-C, I stick one of these in there, and one cord. I got different sizes. There's different sizes. I like these shorter cords for the house, but I do have, I think they go up to 10 foot. I think they're like 1.5 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. You know, they go on up, and I've seen them 10, 12 feet. But these are great. I have them on everything. Everything that has this USB-C, and the, whatever, I can't remember the other smaller ones, what they're called, but okay now, keep dropping them. But the smaller ones, whatever, you know, charging port, I'll stick one of these in there, and everything's just plug and play. And it's great for, again, when I'm camping or when I'm out, you know, doing whatever, wherever. If I have my generator, my little battery generator, my Jackery or whatever, take one of these, plug it in, and I just plug everything in. Everything I have has this charger port on it, except for my phone. So yeah, great little thing. That was one of the things I think is going to be a game changer for most people. Again, you can buy them. You can buy these little chargers separate, and when you buy the packs of these, they usually come with them. Like I said, I can't remember the brand of this one, but what I do like about it is that swivel head, and it does light up blue, you know, whether it's charging or not. And also, these are fast charge and smart charge, so that is the other reason why I like these. So these are, I think, you know, for the 6 or 7 that you get in there, because I think you get one of these small ones. I actually had to buy like 6 of them because I love these little small ones. I mean, one or two of these, and then, you know, they go up in increments. But, you know, the smart charge and the fast charge, just, it's great. You know, in the truck I use them. I use them to charge my headphones, everything, everything. Little lights and all the stuff that I have on the truck for camping, because now everything is rechargeable. These things are amazing. So there you have it. These are 8 or 9 or 10, I lost track, of my little things, must-haves. These are just great little things to have, and this is kind of stuff that I look for, things that make your life easier, they're more functional, and again, being little things, they don't take up much space, but yet their purpose is greater than, you know, the size of what they are in a lot of senses. I mean, so yeah, so again, nothing in this video is sponsored. This is all just my own personal experience, and like I said, being a truck driver, I'm already looking for those tools and those gadgets that just help my, you know, help make everything easier for me. And there's a bit of a crossover in that, because again, I have to be compact and portable with, you know, my truck, and I mean, I'm a daily driver, so everything I take with, I take back out, pack in, pack out. But to have these things even on my truck, in my truck, or my GHB, my BOB, you know me, OPP. I couldn't, I had to do that. Just great little tools and gadgets to make life easier. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will post links to everything that I've showed you today, and I hope you enjoy the content. And if you do, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. All right, well, happy trails to you, and we'll see you next time.